Meanwhile, Donald Trump was back in court today for his hush money trial. We heard more testimony from attorney Keith Davidson, who helped broker payments to Karen McDougal and Stormy Daniels. Davidson described his interactions with Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen. During the negotiations, Davidson claims that Cohen complained that Trump wouldn't pay him back the $130,000 that was paid to Stormy Daniels. But the big moment of the day was the jury hearing a recording that Michael Cohen secretly made of a conversation he allegedly had with Donald Trump, discussing the payment made to Karen McDougal. And the judge held another hearing this morning over 4 more alleged gag order violations. The former president weighed in outside court.
I'm not allowed to testify because this judge, who's totally conflicted, has me under an unconstitutional gag order. Nobody's ever had that before, and we don't like it, and it's not fair.
Robin Nunn is a legal analyst and trial attorney, and she joins me now. Robin, it's great to see you. So I want to ask you real quick about this gag order first. You know, the judge has previously threatened Trump with jail time if he keeps violating the gag order. It's a sticky situation for the judge because the prosecution's not asking for jail time. But what does the judge do if he continues to violate the order?
Yeah, I think the judge is in a really tough situation here. As you noted, the prosecution isn't seeking jail time in this, but they are asking for the court to hold Donald Trump in contempt for violations of the gag order. They've asked for 10 posts that targeted Cohen, Daniels, and others to be held against them, and the judge, Merchan, found that Trump violated 9 of those attempts and fined him $1,000, the maximum amount of the fine. The prosecution noted in each of its application, both this first one and now the second one, that they only seek the maximum fine of $1,000, and they're not seeking jail time. But the court has obviously warned Donald Trump that they cannot continue to violate this gag order, or there will be the possibility of jail time. I don't envy Judge Merchan. He's clearly had to draw a line here, and he's in a tough spot. He has a very unique defendant in Donald Trump. He's a former president, and this would be the first time in history we have a former president facing criminal charges. And the idea of jail time could have an amazing sort of ripple effect. So what he may be doing is probably trying to balance in some levels on how close of a line he's going to draw in terms of making these violations and imposing these fines, and whether it will ever need to rise to the level of actual jail time here.
Okay, so Robin, I really want to talk about this recorded conversation that was played in court today. You know, the defense worked really hard in their cross-examination of Davidson to distance Trump from these payment negotiations. In fact, they even pointed out that Davidson had never even been in the same room with Trump until this trial. But this recording, according to the prosecution, shows Trump's personal involvement in these payment discussions. What do you think? Is this persuasive evidence for the prosecution?
I do think it is persuasive. This is the first time we're hearing, Donald Trump's voice speaking with these attorneys and acknowledging that he is aware that indeed that there is, this kind of hush money arrangement being made. I think it's a very important recording. It was obviously made by Michael Cohen during the 2016 campaign and, extracted from his phone. And it really does show that Trump discussed a hush money payment with Cohen, asking him specifically about the financing of the deal. Obviously the payment in question went to Karen McDougal, not Stormy Daniels. But still, the jurors now have heard clearly how Cohen reported his dealings to Trump, and that Trump was indeed involved in one of the deals they've heard so much about. So I think that this is, really, troubling evidence.
And the trial continues on tomorrow. Thanks so much, Robin.